Good afternoon, church family. I want to hop back on here just a few minutes and give a devotion this afternoon. This one is going to come from Judges. I want to talk about Gideon just for a few moments this afternoon. It's Judges chapter 6 and verse 14. Again, I am reading from the New Living Translation. Those that know me know that I prefer to speak from this, although I study in quite a few different translations. This one is just easy to understand when you're listening. So Judges 6 and 14 says, "Then the Lord turned to him and said, 'Go with the strength you have and rescue Israel from the Midianites. I am sending you.'" In the book of Judges, the Lord has chosen Gideon to save Israel and to defeat the Midianite army. And one would think that Gideon, since God chose him, would be full of courage and strength, knowing that God is on his side. And he was hand selected for such a crucial and important assignment. But yet, when we read through this scripture, we see just the opposite. We see an example of someone who is looking at his own limitations instead of looking to the one who promised him victory. If you look down just one more verse in Judges 6 and 15, this is what Gideon's response is. He says, "But Lord, how can I rescue Israel? My clan is the weakest in the whole tribe of Manasseh, and I am the least in my entire family." Instead of looking to a big God who was going to work on his behalf, he kept his eyes on his own limitations. He focused on what he was not, rather than on who God is. We sometimes we think that we're simply being realistic. We're putting things into perspective when we list out the facts of our own limitations. But actually, if you stop and you back up just a minute, you're being prideful when you do that. If we focus on the things that we cannot do and we focus on who we are not, we're really saying to God, my limitations are greater than your supernatural power and strength. I'm not good enough for you to work with. You don't have enough power to make me into something that you can use. And that's a sobering thought. Like Gideon and so many others that we can find in Scripture, at times we all feel inadequate to perform the assignment that God has for us. And we have to learn how to trust God despite our limitations. We have to remember He doesn't have any limits, any limitations. We have to believe that He is faithful to do the very thing that He purposed to do with us, in us, through us. And I want to end this today. I told you it would be short. I don't want to take up a whole lot of your time, but just another moment to think. What makes you feel inadequate? All right. How can you turn to God's promises to help you feel strong instead of inadequate? Because He is more than what we need to perform the purpose that He has for us. If He was not going to give us what we needed to do what He called us to do, He wouldn't have called us to do that. So just think for just a moment, what do I see as my limitations? And how can I turn away from those and look to God, the one who has the power to see me through? Have a blessed day.